Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rita Townsend, and it's Thursday afternoon, and we're 1 week into our new year, and I am going to tag a few friends so let them know I'm online this afternoon. Give me a second to do that, because some of the information that I'm sharing this afternoon is really timely. No, that's not politics. It is definitely not politics. And I'm steering away from politics. We are going to be focusing in the next few weeks on some really important, relative, timely issues around health. And I can't think of anything other than politics that is on everyone's mind at the current time. Everything that we've been dealing with the last year with lockdown and COVID, and it's just really compounded our concern about our health. So I want to spend the next few weeks really looking at some really important top issues that I think people are dealing with. Next week, I'm going to be talking about the physiology of weight loss. So be prepared for a little more information next week on an add-on to what we're talking about today. So I want to share some information with you today. I'm going to share a little bit about my story, which is why I'm choosing this particular topic. It's very near and dear to me. And I want to also be able to share with you some information that is the science behind weight loss and the very important pathways that you have in your body to support health and weight loss. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. So a little bit about me. Like most of you, I was never really satisfied with my weight or what I looked like. And over the years, I've done everything, and probably you have also. It was the shakes, it was the pills, it was the chewables, it was everything. And some of the things that I took these days are actually illegal. So I've really walked a path here. And here's a couple of things that I learned. And more recently, I'm going to share with you the science that I've learned over these past few years. But at some point during this journey, after all the pills and potions and shakes failed, I actually went to Weight Watchers, and this is a few years ago. And I learned about food, I learned about nutrition, and I learned about portion control. And when I learned about those things, it really helped me move on to a different level in how I was going to manage my weight and manage my health. And through that program many years ago, and I know it's changed a lot, I actually was able to lose weight, but it set me on a journey to understand more about managing weight and not just losing weight. So for those of you who follow me, you also know that I work for a health and wellness company. And we get tons and tons of training on this particular topic. And here's why. We try to teach that managing your weight is not just about a pill or a potion, or even, let me divert for a minute, about packaged meal plans. I did a little research before I put this information together. The packaged meal plans now, no matter which one you choose, run anywhere from $8 to $14 a day, and usually there's an upfront cost in addition to that. The bottom line is these are packaged foods, mostly frozen or powdered, and you're not going to get the nutritional value that you need, and I'm going to touch on that in a minute. And the second thing you're not going to get is sustainable weight management. It's food in a box, and you're not going to do that. So the next best thing is to look at lifestyle and what you can do ongoing to really support healthy weight. So a very shocking statistic, about 95% of people who diet fail. And it's primarily because It is the diet plan that they choose. Here's a little statistic for you. The word diet is actually based on the root word die. So you might as well be prepared for some suffering if you're embarking on a diet. But our food is not just our fuel. It is also what is speaking to these all important pathways in our body. It has everything to do with mental, it has everything to do with comfort, it has everything to do with hormone, and then we can go very, very deep into a lot more things that it controls, like blood sugar, which we won't do today. But what I'm going to touch on are these pathways that you have within your control that isn't about food. And I'm going to share with you some science that may be new to you. For some of you who follow me, it's not new. But the science that I'm going to share with you today is about how your body can function optimally in addition to the food that you're giving it. Now, 5 things I want you to be thinking about as I go through this information. Number 1, any type of weight loss or weight management needs to be measurable and realistic. Don't set out to lose 20 pounds and you're going to do that in a month. That is not realistic. Number 2, find a system that works for you. And my personal system is a combination of exercise and my nutrition and some of these pathways that I'm going to share with you today. But it has to be about you. It can't be about something that is advertised. It's going to be a magic pill for you, because that will be a ticket to failure. The plan, number 3 on this list, the plan that you choose, an overall plan that encompasses all of that, needs to be broken down. It needs to be consideration of your food, of your lifestyle, of your nutrition, the activity that you can fit inside your lifestyle. And that activity can be anything. If you're not an exercise person, it can be anything from walking to progressing on more into a more stringent exercise. So number 4 on this list, and this is something that I've practiced a lot. Smaller portions. Now, we've all heard that, but when you look at that on a plate, it becomes something totally different. I use a couple of little keys. I use a small plate. I also use a small meal plan. So I'm getting a balanced meal in a smaller portion. That's just something that works for me. When I go out to a restaurant, I almost never order an entree. Because, and there are people on my call today that I know that are not in the United States, but most of you know that in the United States, we get jumbo portions when we go to a restaurant. Most of the rest of the world doesn't eat like that. So I usually order an appetizer, or maybe I share an entree with my husband, who's also very weight conscious. So those are things. Now, I have to tell you that during the week, I eat very simply. I eat a simple protein and a vegetable, so that I kind of bank calories a little bit. So when I do go out on the weekend, I can have my wine or have my special food that I don't prepare at home, and without the guilt of doing that. So I'm thinking and I'm planning. And number 5 on this list, which is what I'm going to dig into today, is a little bit more about the science. And there are signaling pathways that you have in your body that can activate your blood sugar, your brain, your energy, your gut, all of that, that can help use the food, the calories, and the nutrients that you're putting in your body in a more efficient way. And isn't that what you really want? Isn't that what you want when you do eat a little more, but your body handles it and digests it and passes it without bloating? So those are some of the pathways that I'm going to go through very quickly, because I don't want to take too long. Okay, and this is my personal regimen. Okay, the first thing I do on the way to my exercise in the morning is I have something that is what I would call an energy drink. But let me tell you what this energy drink does. It's a combination of ingredients that increases and boosts my metabolism. It maintains my memory. It reduces brain fog. It boosts my mood. It supports my brain function and my nervous system. It supports optimal mental performance, antioxidants, and it gives me a little caffeine. Now, let me tell you about this. It's 15 calories. It's the combination of these natural blends that give me this energy. And so I start my day with 15 calories of energy and mental and fog. And I'm good to go. And I'm very energetic in the gym. That's 15 calories. So that's almost like saying zero. So another product that I've been on for a really long time is another combination of ingredients. Now, these are signaling pathways that exist in your body. Now, this science is maybe a first for you, but this science has actually been around since the early 90s. But what we've been able to do now is blend these ingredients together that actually signal these pathways in a very effective way. So this second product that I'm talking about supports my immunity. It supports my joints. It helps me recover quickly from exercise. It supports cardiovascular health, my blood sugar, which we all know is related to weight, brain health, perform mentally, my liver health, liver detoxification, my immune health, and it gives me a sense of calm. So another blend of ingredients that signals a pathway that is using the nutrients in your body for 0 calories. Okay, everybody should be on a really good ProBio. So what does a ProBio do? Well, we know a lot more now about that gut-brain connection, but the gut integrity is so key to how your food is digested and metabolized. If you can maintain your gut integrity, you're maintaining your immune system. What do you do when you feel bad? Where do you go for comfort? It's usually food, right? So if you can boost your immune system without that cycle, then you're ahead of the game. If you can use a ProBio that improves the communication between your brain and your gut, guess what it does? It signals your brain you are full. A very powerful signaling pathway that comes from your gut. Yes, I am full. I do not need to go home and eat. Now, the other side of this is a PreBio, very simply. PreBio is kind of like something we say fertilizes the soil, and it's a different set of bacteria that actually works with the bacteria in the ProBio to help the ProBio work more effectively. So here's another one. When you're eating and you want protein to build muscle, which helps you burn calories and reduce, the protein that you put in your body is very, very important. If you have a protein that's a high quality protein, it gives you more energy and it signals some very important amino acids to help you build muscle and provide more energy for your workout. And that also is eliminating, when you have that satiated, full feeling, you are actually eliminating that craving for sugar and carbs. So you're promoting your lean body mass, you're helping with weight management, and you're helping with the blood sugar, and you're doing all of that with something that is telling your body, I'm full, I don't need more food. Okay, and here's another little trick. Now, this is something that you can use on an occasional basis. This is not something that I use a lot. But there are some really good combinations of natural ingredients that help burn fat. It's a daily supplement, but it targets stubborn belly fat, stubborn visceral fat, which not only burns that extra fat, but it helps you maintain lean body. And it also speeds up your metabolism a little bit, so it helps to digest the food, and it prolongs fat burning. So there again, you're dealing with your metabolism, you're helping burn your calories, but you're doing it without adding more food groups. I love this system. So this will help you start that weight loss journey without food in a box. I'm sorry, that's just a thing I really have some really strong feelings about. It's very expensive, and you get it, and it's just not sustainable, and that's a word I use a lot. And then the last thing I want to touch on today is something that a lot of people are doing, a lot of people try, and a lot of people fail, and that's intermittent fasting. Now, I do not do intermittent fasting, but as I mentioned earlier, I try to bank my calories a little bit. I try to consume my calories in a balanced way, and I consume them usually earlier in the day. That's my plan, but you need a plan that works for you. If intermittent fasting and 600 calories a day is sustainable for you, then go for it. I am not a person who's going to be able to do that. But there are products now that have the same effect as intermittent fasting. We know that intermittent fasting has been proven to extend lifespan. Yes, we're talking about longevity here. But it comes with the science based on caloric restriction. Wouldn't you want to have something that would give you, it's called sirtuin activation, that actually is associated with longevity without caloric restriction. It does a lot of other things too, which fits perfectly in my system, and you're going to hear the same words all over again. It improves mental focus and concentration. It supports a positive mood and motivation. It boosts mental and physical energy. It supports your body's inflammatory response. Now, inflammation is a huge buzzword now. And it maintains your cholesterol in healthy ranges, and it helps support a healthy vascular system. So that's my plan. It all comes together. It's not a weight loss plan. It's a life plan. It's a healthy support plan, and it's sustainable. And once I don't care if you do the menu, I don't care if you start with 1 and 2 or whatever, I really don't care. I am telling you that once you do this, most people, 1 or 2 of these products will help you start to burn calories, feel more energetic, be more focused. And the byproduct of that is a healthy weight. So that's my message for today. I hope it wasn't too overwhelming on the science, but I can't say enough about how important that is for my lifestyle. I have a lot of things I want to do. As soon as I can get back to traveling, that's the top of the list. And next week, I'm going to share a little bit more about the physiology with a little bit of science. Thank you guys for joining me today. If you like the information, send me a message. I'll share some more, and I'll share my resources with you. Share my information with other people, and I'm happy to answer their questions too. We're at week number 1 down in January. So bye, everybody. See you next time.